They the blackest, the brightest, the boldest. We talk combos gold. We come in, we hit it with the trick shot. Nothing but net. We need that bill, but them haters they gon' still watch. Like I just said, when it comes to combat, you looking at the TikTok. You wanna come into the ring, mess around, go ahead, get tricked out. We got that attitude, nation to dominate. We got the table, we filling up all the plates. You press play whenever you wanna taste. We always with the real, baby, you never gave fake. The blackest, the brightest, the boldest. They the blackest, the brightest, the boldest. They the blackest, the brightest, the boldest. We talk combos, they the coldest.
We back again, y'all. The People's Channel. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Glow Sun Production proudly brings to you this best, brightest, and blackest combat review show there is on YouTube or anywhere else. That is We Talk Combat, where we talk all things combat, sports entertainment. I am one of your hosts here. I go by the name Muy Grande Negro Americano. I also go by the name King. I will introduce my co-hosts one by one. We'll start with Madam Chemo Queen. How are you today, babe?
Can't complain. Happy Sunday. Decent episodes of wrestling product during the week. So overall, can't complain. What about you?
I cannot complain either, babe. Thank you so much. Next up on the list, my guy, he final Hugo boss, Travis. What up, bro? How you feeling today?
I'm good. How y'all doing, family? How is everybody?
Another week, man. Another week. Appreciate you. And last but not least, man, heavy on that developmental side, my guy, Mr. Green. How you today, bro?
Feeling fine, mighty fine.
All right, guys. Well, if you're new around here, do us a huge favor and hit the subscribe button if you like WWE and combat sports in general. I bet you'll love it around here, actually. Join the Glow Yard. Join the rest of the Glow Yard guys in the comments and all. Hit us with an @ WTC for We Talk Combat. If you're interested in talking to us, we have a segment for you at the end of the show. For questions and comments, we'll get to you as long as everything is respectful. We appreciate you guys that have been new to the channel subscribing. We're on our way to 500 subscribers to get monetized. We're almost there, less than 100 away. Also, everybody hit that like button while you're around as well, so that other folks in the algorithm is notified of this great product we try to put out for you guys weekly, actually damn near daily. So do us a favor with that. Hit the notification bell as well. We change the times every now and then. We normally have shows around 3 p.m. Eastern on Sundays, but today was a little different. We want to get a little more rest before we started talking about the show, since it's a busy weekend of WWE product. Here's our watch along schedule, y'all. You're welcome to join us. Our Discord links are in the description of this video or our channel. We show all the live videos over there. All you have to do is be a subscriber up until we're monetized. As of now, you get grandfathered in, and that's your access. That's your way of being an OG member. So Mondays we watch Raw. That'll be tomorrow. Tuesdays NXT. Wednesdays Evolve and AEW Dynamite, actually. Thursdays is TNA Impact. Fridays is Friday Night SmackDown. We show all AAA events as well, Saturday night main events, as well as a Sunday night main event that's about to come up. Any PLEs that may be on a Saturday and Sunday, and also any special events for MMA and boxing we feel necessary that may show up on any of those days as well. So we appreciate you guys. If you're new around here, the way the show goes, we give you our highs and lows, basically a recap of the shows for the week, as well as a letter grade. We then get to any wrestling tea that may have happened, anything we think you guys maybe want to be in the know of. And then we lastly get to your questions and comments with a little bit of ads in between. But with all that being said, y'all, we got a good show for you guys and a little recap of a minor PLE as well. So let's get to it with our highs and lows. What it do? Another week of WWE product, y'all, as I always say. Check it out. Monday night, we had Raw. Seth Rollins attacked Roman Reigns after they had their confrontation. He got the best of him. We'll talk about that and more. On Tuesday's NXT, we had Lola Vice becoming the #1 contender again for her former the women's, I was about to say WWE, women's NXT championship. On Wednesday, on Evolve, shout out to Mr. Green, I should say, his favorite wrestler. Harlem Lewis won the men's Evolve championship from Aaron Rourke. So we'll talk about that and more. On On Impact, we had Cedric Alexander defending his X Division championship against the man formerly known as Giovanni. We'll talk about that and more. This dude a jobber again already. That's crazy. We'll talk about that and more. Friday night SmackDown, we had a brawl between Cody Rhodes and Gunther, which ended up leading to a match that main evented the night. We'll talk about that and more as well. On Saturday, AAA had an event, and Dr. Wagner Jr., he got a part of the four-way match that's going to happen at Triple Mania for the Latin American Championship, the vacated one from Vikingo. He was actually the former champion, so we'll see if he actually is able to get his championship back. And last but not least, we had a mini PLE Saturday night main event. Put on the stage. I'll try to read them off from left to right. We had Brie Bella and Paige defending their women's tag team championship against Fatal Influence, and Fatal Influence came away with the victory. They are the new women's tag team champions. Danhausen went against JD McDonough in a no disqualification match, and Danhausen won the match with the help of his cat, which Mr. Green will talk about that, I know for sure. We had Bayley. She was defeated by Lyra Valkyria, and Lyra continued to beat down after the match, and hurt Bayley, I think. Then last but not least, we had CM Punk and Cody Rhodes in a tag team match against Gunther and Sami Zayn, where the stipulation was if Sami Zayn and Gunther would win, they would be added to the SummerSlam match to make it a fatal four-way match. And they did not succeed in that. They had some help from, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes had a little bit of assistance from a returning Nick Aldis, and they won the match with some shenanigans afterwards as well. We also had Roman Reigns and Jalen Brunson having a segment where Roman gave Jalen Brunson a championship, a New York Nick, a replica championship, and Seth Rollins came out with Tyrese Halliburton, who is, I guess, the number one Nick, villain right now. He was the last person that beat him and all, so he wanted to remind him of that. And Roman Reigns got the advantage over Seth Rollins after that. We did also get a couple things added to that as well. If you didn't know about it, we had a kickoff show that they basically announced a couple hours before, where they gave you a match between Trick Williams and Laredo Kid. It wasn't for the U.S. Championship, but it was a match. And then we also got Oba Femi cutting a promo with Stephanie McMahon. So they gave you Trick and Oba out of nowhere to help sell tickets. So we'll talk about that and more. But first and foremost, let me start with you, babe. What were your highs and lows of this week's WWE product? And what is your overall letter grade, babe?
Well, I know it's, later in the night, so I'm going to try and keep it a little shorter and sweeter than I normally do, kind of go on a rant. So Raw, I would say the high points for me were Oba, fighting the police, and Solo, turning all the way, I guess, against Jimmy and Jacob, so they set up some stuff for SummerSlam. Appreciate them. Low point, anything that involves Vision. Didn't really care about that. Skipping, going to NXT. NXT, we got to see Big Za, so we appreciate that. And Lola, I, I'm not trying to be biased, but I wish my sisters would have won. At least one of the sisters would have won. But at the end of the day, I understand that Lola got, she got a strong background, and she's Mass Damon Priest's girl, so I get it. Other than that, there wasn't. I would say probably the lowest point is anything that involves Tony D'Angelo. I don't really care about him. That's crazy. He's been there for so long, but conversation for another day. Moving on to Evolve. Now, this actually surprised me, is that I felt like the Dime Piece was going to have this title for a long time, and the fact that they took him off of him and gave it to Harlem Lewis, that's a hot mess. But it is what it is. I feel like they said that Rourke had like a 100 some odd day reign. So at the end of the day, that looks good on his resume. Kudos to him. He is he's the moment. He is an icon. But now Harlem Lewis is an icon, and I just said that's Mr. Green favorite. Moving on, TNA. I, to be honest, missed most of it. I'm not gonna lie. I had to watch back on some of the highlights, but I did know, that my guys Ricky and Leon now are like a established bromance, and I love that for them. Um, the main thing I think that we needed was Leon didn't have anywhere to go. His story was kind of trapped for a second, and then plus he had an injury. And I think that injury was kayfabe for him to go take some time to, up his game. But it was cool. I had no complaints. At the end of the day, I feel like TNA focuses more on the wrestling part and less on the story part, and it shows. But yeah, it is what it is. A bunch of other stuff happened, but I didn't really care about it. Skipping on now, SmackDown. So I'm assuming right now we're going to do something with Nia Jax and Lash Legend. I'm hoping that this is going to lead to some sort of storyline where they separate, but I need them to at least possibly try and get some titles back or something before that, or one of them get a major title, and then that causes the disruption between them. But we got to see more of the Sami Zayn heel turn. Adam Pearce is he all over the place. I love Adam Pearce. He's a great guy. Um, I got to see basically everybody I wanted to see. Jade was out there. She did some matches as well. But everything was just a build up to a PLE. So usually on the weeks before that, I don't feel like the product is usually a bad product, but I do feel like everything is specifically to the PLE and not specific to the long term story. But I digress. I see what they're trying to do with Gunther, and as well as with putting CM Punk over on SmackDown. The whole point they're trying to do is they're trying to put more eyes on SmackDown, which is crazy to me because I feel like Trick Williams and a few other people bring hella eyes to SmackDown. So whatever. Tiffany Stratton was there. It was just kind of. I didn't really need to see it, but we can get to the Saturday's main event though, which ultimately I enjoyed the show. This is one of the first times in a long time where I watched a PLE where I didn't hate it. I didn't really hate anything about the show. I didn't hate the mini housings. I didn't hate Cat coming out of the box. I thought that was clever. I didn't hate that Fatal Influence won, and that kind of got some new life in the women's tag team division because the women's tag team division is weak as shit right now for real. Like it doesn't really have anything other than a bunch of manufactured tag teams, and so it's kind of nice. And I know that Fatal Influence, is in some ways still a manufactured tag team, but in terms of they've kind of already been together, so they already have natural chemistry, and so everything worked. Like all their moves and all of the shenanigans that they were doing were all well timed. Like so, I really didn't have a complaint. All I know is I heard "Free Ball," and then she got fucked, and then it was over, and it was great. Like I actually appreciated that match. It was supposed to be a bathroom break for me, but I actually watched it. Um, JD McDonough and Danhausen, as I said after that match was entertaining. Like it was everything you wanted to be. At the end of the day, we know what this Saturday main event was about. It's about building a connection back with Madison Square Garden so they can do other things there. That's what this is all about. So they wanted to be able to put on a good show there. They wanted to rub a little bit of, of that Knicks fever and also kind of in a way do a show for Danhausen because at the end of the day, whether we believe it or not, he is now associated with lore in Knicks culture, and that lore has connected itself to WWE culture. So it was cool. Like Lyra in Bailey's match, it made sense. Lyra looked like a hot mess. She tore Bailey up. Is this in for Bailey? Question mark, question mark, question marks. We don't know. The only real segment that we could have did without was that Roman Jalen Brunson segment. And I love Jalen Brunson, but we could have just did without that whole segment. Like it didn't really need to happen. And then Seth Rollins fake being afraid of Jalen Brunson made no sense. And it's Jalen Brunson for you people that don't know how to say his goddamn name instead of saying Jalen Brunson and all this other shit. It's Jalen Brunson. Pretend you see a Y there, okay? If you see it, just pretend you see a Y. Gunther and Sammy, we knew that that whole match was going to end how it was going to end, but we finally got that to work too. A Gunther and Nick Aldis match, which is what really everybody wanted to see. Like that's Blonde Bond. Like I love Nick. Nick, he definitely will bring enough of the drama. Like he's very good on his talking points. He's really good in the little in between stage parts. So I feel like he's going to be able to talk this up, and it'll actually make it a watchable match. Now, I will say that ultimately I'm biased, and I think like the Trick match is the best match, and it wasn't even on the card. Sorry, but I think Trick's match was the best match. I think Laredo Kid looked great. He got to show a lot of his veteran talent, and he also made Trick look really good. Like, and Trick was selling the shit out of stuff. Like, he was so dramatic, just making his face like, oh my god, like he's great. It was great. It got people wanting to watch the main event, so it did its job. Like, it did its job. It got people being like, damn, where do we watch this? Because I saw people in the comments being like, whoop that Trick. All the whole time that Trick was fighting, they were just saying whoop that Trick in the chat and like flooding the chat. And then afterwards, they're like, well, where can we watch the rest of it? So kudos to WWE TKO. You did a good job on that. Yeah, you knew what you were doing there. You knew what you were doing there. You put Trick there. Bam, it wouldn't have mattered who he was against. But Laredo Kid was somebody that is a flyer. He does a lot of moves, and he's somebody that's big on AAA. So it made sense. It drew attention to AAA, but it also drew attention back to Trick, but also drew attention to go watch the damn PLE. So kudos to them. I mean, it was all right. I enjoyed it. AAA. Now, I woke up halfway through AAA. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I was kind of like for a minute a little confused because I had woke up in different parts. Like I woke up and saw Laredo Kid again, and I was like, "Oh, what are they showing? Like the reruns of the thing?" I was like, "Oh shit, this is AAA." But shit was cool. I ended up going back and watching the whole thing on YouTube, and at the end of the day, like it was cool. It sucks that Octagon Junior is out. His neck is broken. Damn, yo, like. And I know sometimes we wonder is that real injury or fake injury. I think he's supposed to get a neck surgery, so I'm pretty sure it's all real. So prayers to him. Um, what else? Yeah, that was the week. As I said, it wasn't. I really don't have any complaints. There wasn't really anything that I really felt like brought the week down per se. Like everything made sense for the most part, and there were surprises. Like at the end of the day, y- nobody knew that cat was going to come out that box. Now I know some people said that they thought maybe, but at the end of the day, nobody wanted to put money on it that he was going to come out of the box. So it was still a surprise. It was a good show. At the end of the day, we got to see basically everybody, for the most part, do something. And now that SmackDown's shorter, we are getting to see some people fall away, and sorry, but like this is the time where y'all need to be getting your talents up and shit so we can see more of you guys on SmackDown. But overall though, it was an all right week. Last week I was very positive. This week I'm gonna go to a B minus because at the end of the day it was all right week. I had no complaints. I got to see everybody I wanted to see, and I mean there was twists and turns all week. So that's it. That's me. I'm out.
Fire. All right. Well, we starting off with a B minus, y'all. Let's go to you, Mr. Green. What will be your highs and lows of this week's WWE product, and what is your overall of the grade, bro?
All right, so I got to start off with Raw. The whole Oprah thing. I don't like it for Brock. Like it doesn't make sense. But I'm going with the storyline. That's what they want to do. The whole, I'm having the police out and restraining orders and all that. Okay, sure, whatever. But no, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of that. The women's division, I don't care. This whole EO Liv thing, they just, I seen it because they had her in the goddamn going Queen of the Ring thing. Like it. All right. Division. Let's just talk about division for a second. I guess with the Vision, it definitely highlighted Austin Theory. This was better than any other gimmick that Austin Theory has ever had, to be honest with you. He's definitely, this is his thing, and I feel like he can definitely take advantage of this. So, this is probably his fifth try at the gimmick, and hey, it works. He didn't get cut yet. So, him and Maxine are just, they on thin ice. But it is breeding a cultivating culture where as though they might make something out of it, and that's what I got from this Vision moment was Austin Theory. I forget that Braun Breaker was there too, and that's the whole problem. That Braun Breaker should not take second fiddle to Austin Theory. So not only is he's getting buried from the championship picture, now you shoehorn him into a tag team. And now the fact that he's not even the main guy on the tag team, this is this is epic proportions of burial of a I guess a quote of last year that he was supposed to be part of the future. So it's not that I hate Braun, it's just the fact that I know that in order for A's to be A's, A-star talent to be A-star talent, you need B-star guys to at least make believe that they're A's. Case in point, we're literally seeing it right now. Roman and Seth. Seth is a B guy, but he can masquerade at times as the A guy when the A guy is not around until the A guy shows back up, and then you see the difference. So you need those guys, and I'm projecting in the future here. I'm projecting 2-3 years down the line. Like, we're gonna need Braun Breaker to be a monster, so that when he goes against the Obas and the Tricks and the Javons and whoever else, it's like, okay, like there's formidable competition here. He's not formidable competition anymore. He's second fiddle to Austin Theory. That's a problem. But I digress when it comes to that. Shout out to Austin Theory. And I think that was the Gauntlet match. Shout out to Chad Gable. I wish Javon looked. I mean, he did his thing. I just wished I wanted more out of Javon, and I wanted something to carry over into something else, something moving forward. Maybe him and Ethan Page could have got into it a little bit more. Like I didn't get that. So as a result, it's like he did okay, but then he lost, and it's just like what's next? I don't like what's next. They could have did it better with the rotations of this gauntlet match. Although we all know that Chad Gable was going to win, and damn it, Chad Gable should win. Like, it's his time. I'm not knocking his time, but do something else where as though we can understand, boom, he can have his shine. And what came out this gauntlet, Ethan Page and Javon Evans, they're having a feud. That'll be entertaining. Dominic Mysterio some kind of way. But you have him mixed in with Danhausen. That's enough of that. It's not his battle. It's JD's. JD's relevant for some reason because it's Danhausen, not Dom. So once again, just misguided situations all the way around. We're gonna go into NXT. The Vanity Project, that was a great tag match, man. Between them and Dorian Van Dust and Sean Legacy. Eventually they're gonna get the titles. Just call it what it is. They're gonna get the titles. But great match. I don't care about Naraku is just not my thing. But I still want you to come to the main roster. Somebody's waiting for you before he gets kicked out too. Before he gets that black screen, Shinsuke's waiting on you before he gets kicked out. So please hurry up. Just usher him along. I don't need him in NXT. So holding on to relevancy when it comes to this title. But, it's all about the women's situation. Miss Diggs was hurt, although she was on Evolve, but they pre-taped Evolve. So she was hurt, so she couldn't necessarily go against Big Zai. So you had a fatal four-way, which I don't mind a fatal four-way type thing. So that was cool. So like I said, I had no issues with that. And, the main, the Cali match with Kalani and Lola. Great match. These women in NXT, dog, they might be the best women in at least in WWE, period. They perform so well. Now, I will say this because Mr. Heavy Developmental, I have to call it what it is. Callie, you just need a little bit more practice. This is where you're supposed to be at, though. You in NXT to gain your earn your stripes. It was little things that I think she left out there, in which I know she can go back. Please look at tape. Go back to tape, and I know that she can get better from some of the things that she did in that match. She knows. I'm not going to bring it to everyone's attention, but Kalani, world's best. I want her to have a title match, but I don't want no one to lose to Kendall Gray because that's what's going to happen. Kendall Gray is about to go on an extreme run right now, and everyone that's going to go against her is going to take an L. So I don't really want Callie to go against her right now. I don't want Kalani to go against her right now because it's Kendall Gray's time. I don't even like Kendall Gray 100%. She is horrible on the mic to that point. She's one of those rah-rah, and hopefully she catch a vibe. she's not like a true mic person. So she needs to definitely develop that. That's why she's still in NXT. But with that being said, yeah, it's going to be nothing but L's. Lola's about to catch another L. And so be it. Moving forward, speaking of that, Evolve. Like I said, we saw Miss Diggs perform. One of the, I say the GME, the greatest moonsault ever. Hopefully we can quote that. With that being said, that was a great match. She performed very well, as she does. This is not to be regular for her. Get well soon. Hopefully you come back better than ever. But it was the main match, the main title match. Shout out to homeboy. He had the belt for a extended period of time. He needs to go to NXT. Your time in Evolve is done, and you're done. You had the title. You were the best for an extended period of time. We don't need you here anymore. We'll see how you do on the next bigger stage, right? Harlem Lewis, slow down. He's tweeting like, okay, next goal, next accomplishment. He's doing that type of stuff. Like he's about to get put onto NXT. Slow down, homeboy. We gotta see what you do a little bit further on NXT on Evolve. They gave you one of the best movesets of all time. You got this. You pretty much got Goldberg's moveset. He does the spear. He does the jackhammer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're giving you the tools. I just don't like the name, homeboy. But I digress. We keep moving. I saw all of TNA. Shout out to TNA. From almost start to finish. I saw my man Ricky catch that L. He's not gonna go undefeated. I'm not mad at that. I don't want to see too many L's now. We see what happens when young talent get too many L's. You turn into Javon Evans. I don't like that. So we want to curb that right now, and let's go get some W's after this L. Don't do a run of L's. Moose and AJ Francis, that was actually a good match. I heard Dolph give a promo with KC. That was trash. I think that was about in this match. Cedric Alexander, I said this before on one of Cedric's I think he was going against Leon. His moveset on a goddamn ring apron is like second to none. Like this dude has a whole moveset and it's like 2 feet of space that he operates and slamming dudes on. And he does that pretty much on a regular. So that's a high level skill set to do and to trust on both sides for people to do that. But shout out to the person that he was fighting. I don't even know his name. He was a jobber then. He's a jobber now. His whole career is going to be a jobber wherever he goes. He's going to teach other people how to be professional jobbers. But I get it, though. I'm not mad at you. Get your money. Thank you. Moving forward to SmackDown. SmackDown was great. No, it wasn't. I'm lying. I'm sorry. I was just flowing. It was cool. It was cool. Nothing crazy to me happened on SmackDown. Shout out to Nick Aldis. I can't wait to see you wrestle. Let's just call it what it is. But Adams spotlighting on both sides. He might continue that. I'm not sure. Finn Balor fought. No one cares. They doing this ladder match thing because of Rhea, because of the injury and everything. So they're doing the interim championship, which I'm okay with for interim because she gets it's like the best. I think it's the best of both worlds. You don't get stripped, so you keep your title and you come back to fight whoever has the top champion, and then you have that match to see it and see how we go from that. So I'm not mad at it. The old way was kind of ruthless. Like, hey man, you hurt. Going on relinquish that belt, homeboy, and you might turn into Finn Balor and you never get another shot. So I think that's like the one side of it. So that's the one extreme. It is coddling Rhea. If they make this a regular thing, though, just call it across the board. So everyone else is having issues or long-term injuries and or pregnancies, all that goes into it. So you keep your belt and then you come back and fight for it. I don't have a problem with it. Just don't make it a Rhea thing. Make it across the board and I'll be okay with it. If not, then y'all just do what y'all do for Rhea as y'all normally do. But SmackDown was, like I said, it was okay. I wasn't a big fan of SmackDown. The only thing I didn't like, I guess, the extreme low, and it's shaky. It's a shaky situation, and I say that because you have Tiffany Stratton and you have JCJ. JCJ should be in this ladder match. She should be in it. But I can't knock Tiffany because she's a one-time champion and she's also young. So she's a part of that youthful movement, if you want to believe it or not, like that she is. It's just, why did you have them two fight each other? It's plenty other. You got homeboy plank man with the Johnny Gargano, his wife. She ain't doing a goddamn thing either. She can come in and catch some L's. Jordan Grace, Lord knows what the hell Jordan Grace is. She can catch another L. There's other people to catch L's, whereas though you didn't necessarily have to use Tiffany to catch an L or JC Jane to catch an L. They both should be in this ladder match, to be 100% honest with you. So I have problems with that because it led into an awkward situation when it came to Saturday night's main event when she walked out with the with her crew. It's like, yo, she's a loser. You know what I'm saying? But they won. That's another thing. I'm jumping the gun. But SmackDown was okay. AAA. Seeing AAA. That was a good match. When it came to the triple match, the winner goes on to the Triple Mania thing. That was cool. I had no quarrels with it. It kept me entertained. And then you had the mixed tag. Shout out to the fact that they keep people involved. They keep, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had belts whereas those like it's keeping people involved, whereas though other people might go to the wayside. People are still relevant. So shout out to that particular match was a good match. I was entertained. Saw the whole thing. So maybe that's why Laredo Kid caught that Elder trick. Well, he should have caught the Elder trick, but his reward to catching that L2 trick is to then fight for the mixed AAA tag. So I'm okay with that. Cool. Yeah, it's nothing wrong with that. And then the whole I don't know their name, Primal, the Mall, or whatever, the group that's wreaking havoc. Okay, cool. They had a little promo. Shout out to Rey Mysterio because I'd be lost without you, my guy. And I understood what they was talking about through the translations. Dom comes out, Grande comes out, and it's just they bring their boys, and it's a brawl. It's entertaining. It's just the fact that it's funny because these two guys was like they're pretty much jobbers. Like El Grande is a jobber in WWE. Dom is becoming a jobber in WWE, but you see the impact if you just market people the right way. If you have great creative for these people, look what they could do. This just WWE just fails over and over again, and we're going to see why they fail because you can swing over into Saturday night's main event. Saturday night's main event was I'm going to give this a grade amongst the week. This will be an S for obvious reasons. It's a special event for me. I had no issues with anything that they did when it came to the celebrities that they used, hence the apparel that I have on right now. It was a good way. Shout out to Danhausen and JD. The only thing I have a problem with this match, it was too long. Even with all the antics at the end. At one point, Dom just said, the hell with it. I'm going to interfere with the match because it's no DQ. You could have did that 5 minutes before. You could have did that 5 to 7 minutes before, and you could have squeezed in another match in that time period. They don't do that. I do not know why. Okay. With that being said, Cat comes out from the cloning, the clone, the stuffed cat situation, and the little mini Danhausens and stuff, and he put those was 2 pretty good choke slams. You know, I know JD and Dom did all the work, but it's refreshing to see a true 7-footer amongst other people in wrestling, and that's what it was. He looked like Giant Gonzalez out this joint, and it fit him. You could tell they had camera angles at the right type of viewpoint where he looks smart. The dude don't look that monstrous on a goddamn court, but in WWE in that ring, he looked like a goddamn monster, bro. And that's what you want to see. So that was very entertaining. It was short, sweet, 2 choke slams. It was done, and I had no problems with that. So shout out to Danhausen. It's his moment. It was his moment, and he fully capitalized on it. So I have no issues with that. The tag match. It was time, right? It was time. And it's time for Fatal Influence to take that next step. like I said, JC James should also be taking that next step. Don't turn this into an NXT situation with Vanity Project, where you got the Vanity Project, the two dudes got the championship belts, and then Jackson Drake is trying to do something. Don't do that. Just let them all dominate at the same time. It's okay. So that was my issue that I was trying to lead into. But they won. Have no issues with that particular match. It was short enough. Yeah, it was a decent match. Nothing crazy about it. Bailey and Lyra. See, the thing about Bailey and Lyra is just that they let Lyra do this heel turn, and it's so quick. And then she was off TV for like 2 weeks, and then they bring her back, and then now it's the match within the same week. Like, yo, they ain't let nothing cook. I had problems with that. She took another bloody shot. This ain't the first time. And Lyra, I think she bleeds easy, so that's her health. I don't know. But it was a decent match. I like her. They changed the theme music, so they're serious about this. She has a finisher. She has a submission move. I don't know if a lot of people starting to get submission moves, but it's better than a one-legged Boston Crab. So, shout out to Liv Morgan. But no, it was cool. This was a cool match. Like I said, I like the finisher. I like the submission, and she did it again. All right, time to go. So hopefully she should be in that daggone ladder match. Like, let's keep this momentum going. Don't stop. Don't just have her like go off the air. You got to keep this thing rolling. You got to keep cooking with Lyra, and see what happens. Right? If you take her off the air, you won't see what happens. She's going to fail. So let's just see what happens. And then if she happens to fail, then hey, that was just you being you. I don't have a problem with that. The tag match, that was probably one of the most boring spots of the night. I ain't gonna lie to you. You pretty much knew how I was going to do it. It wasn't entertaining. It's just they were wrestling. It was 4 guys wrestling, and that was it. I just wanted more out of that situation, and maybe they couldn't get into it because of what was going on right afterwards. Which, even on Saturday night's main event, Roman still gets top billing, and he didn't even wrestle. That's crazy. That's what an A-star does. All these other guys are B's. And when the A guy's not there, they look like A's until the A guy shows up. The A guy shows up and you see what happens. They can't even get top billing with that. It's okay, though. The Jalen Brunson situation, guys, I still hate Halliburton. I am a champion of the NBA, and I still can't stand Halliburton ass. So that was cool. Like I said, it was Aura Phil Farman a little bit too long, just a little bit too long. Instead of 20 minutes, I could have did with 10 minutes. 10 minutes was cool. 20 minutes is like, I did a little too much, but I enjoyed every second of it. I'm not going to lie. So one of the questions was, are you not entertained or were you entertained? I was entertained, but I know not everybody is a basketball fan. I know not everybody is a New York fan. So I feel for those guys. I feel for those people. I feel for those ladies. I feel for everybody else that's not a true fan. But I am. So I enjoyed all of it. So that's why I said this is an S tier for me. For the whole week, though. Guys, I guess I was mostly negative. And I really didn't want to be. It's just stay consistent, have better storylines, and you'll get better ratings. But I'm gonna just give the whole week in itself. Shout out to AAA. Shout out to NXT. These are highlights of the week. I'm gonna give it a C- for the week. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a C-.
All right, so we got a B- and a C-. I guess we can skip Travis. All right, my grades are no, I'm kidding. Travis, let's go to you, bro. What are your highs and levels of this week's WWE product, and what is your overall letter grade?
All right. Well, I'm not going to, go too long-winded because I'm basically in agreement with, some of my counterparts so far. But let's get into it. So we started out with, Raw, overthrowing around security guards and everything like that. And another thing too, I don't think that we will be seeing these guys in the near future because I don't think the security guards are like actual like future superstars themselves. So I think they were basically one and done just for that segment. I thought the gauntlet match was okay. Gauntlet match was cool. Loved everything about it. Like we knew that Gable was going to get the payout in the end, you know, and then eventually winning the championship at SummerSlam, you know, being the hometown guy and everything like that. So that's pretty cool. This Liv and EO thing right now, I'm getting tired of it now. Like she should never been in the tournament, this King of the Ring tournament in the first place, because now, like, we knew we knew it was coming. Like we knew that EO wasn't going to challenge Rhea, you know, when she was healthy. So I'm pretty much dead with it. So we gonna go over to NXT. Like we were saying it like for like the past few episodes, the women's been killing throughout this whole show entirely. It sucks that Layla Diaz got hurt. My girl Big Zai did pull the win off the sword, so I wasn't mad at the fatal 4-way match between them and, you know, her and the rest of the women. Kendall Gray, man, I don't know if it's just, you know, just her in general, but it's just she can't talk or anything like that. I mean, I don't want her to get rid of, like, I don't want her to lose like right now, but it's just something that I can't just like put my finger on and just say like it's that for right now. But Vanity Project, I mean, you know, they won, but you know, I'm not really big fans of them anyway. Them and Jackson Drake. So I thought that's pretty much, you know, they're garbage. So you know, go over to Evolve. The Mod Squad guys, Max Abrams. I mean, I that wasn't a big fan of dude before, but even him now in this stable, I mean, I'm definitely not liking dude now. Like it's just corny to me. I was wondering because this actually made me go back and watch Evolve twice, just the first 5 minutes, just to make sure that this wasn't live, because I was tripping when I say Layla Days coming out, you know, in wrestling after he was saying that, you know, she got hurt and couldn't fight Big Zah. But I mean, she got the dub. That's cool and everything. And shout out to Mr. Green's favorite wrestler, Harlem Lewis. You know, he's the new, you know, Evolve champion. So yeah, that's cool. But we're gonna go over to the next show, TNA. It's just like when I watch TNA, and I think like now, like just like kind of trying to make sense of it. I think when it comes down to the card and everything, I be trying to like think about which matches or and which matches going to be in what order, and like what actually going to be the main event. Because actually, I thought that myself, I thought that Moose and AJ Francis would be the main event so far, because I mean, they're like top tier right now. I mean, AJ, he's killing it right now. I mean, my guy, you know, Ricky Sosa took the loss. I mean, he can't win them all. You know, I'm not mad that he lost neither. You know what I'm saying? Like, I expect him to lose if he was just going against Bear Bronson just by himself. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we can't get that off. Now we're gonna go to SmackDown. We started out, you know, Gunther, Cody again. You know, it's just like now since we know that watching this kickoff show earlier today that Nick Aldis is going to have a match against Gunther. I mean, that's cool, but you know, we got to put some respect on Nick Aldis' name, because he is a former champion heavyweight. What's that? NWP. I can't remember the exact abbreviation, but he is a former world champion, so it's all right and everything.
I think he's a former Impact champion, TNA.
Yeah, the TNA champion. I thought it's probably the one in Japan too, but if he is, then yeah. I mean,
and he's the youngest out those 4.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So
that's crazy.
I know that's wait a minute, that's crazy. But yeah, so we head back now. Now I will agree with Mr. Grave, but this what's that? These women. I mean, Candice LeRae got some bump finally. I mean, I guess next week she's going to have a match against Blake Monroe. I hope. And I hope that leads to Blake. I mean, she could have been in this tournament if she's available for this tournament, or at least been in this tournament still. I mean, I feel that JC Jane should have beat Tiffany, and Tiffany should have had her own match at SummerSlam, but that's a whole nother story. And I'm not liking this whole interim champion thing either. I'm thinking like this is another way of they saying that Rhea is still the champion, but without saying that Rhea lost the championship. Like, I think this is going to set up to a payout. Whoever wins that ladder match, and when Rhea gets healthy, whoever we think like the top female at the time, before even Rhea comes back, Rhea is going to overstep that female, and it's going to lead this whole match between who's the real champion? It's going to be that John Cena and CM Punk match all over again before CM Punk left, and what's that? The ladder match, the Intercontinental, the ladder match with the two IC titles. I feel like it's going to be leading into that too also. But we can go to the next show. I will go to AAA. I thought AAA was all right. AAA was cool. My favorite moment of AAA, the second match, but we don't go too deep into that. You know what I'm saying? I know that Dr. Wagner cool and everything. He won his match, but I feel like next week. I think he said that Ray said that Damian Priest and Omos and his brother is going to have a match. I think it's next week, or even have a contract signed. I think it's one of those two things. But I expected, Damian Priest to win this whole match, and he is eventually going to be the Latin American champion. I mean, I'm telling y'all right now, stamp it right now. I'm saying it on the show. He's going to win. He's going to win the championship. Now, the Saturday night's main event, I mean, I thought it was okay. I mean, I really didn't have, high or low hopes for it. I mean, if you were there, one, if you're a New Yorker, two, and if you just like the Knicks, if you're a fan of the Knicks, like this show was for you. Like, I'm agreeing with everybody else that the women's tag team match was, a bathroom break. I mean, it was cool getting the belts off of Bria and Paige, but I don't like who have the belts now because I'm not a fan of the other two women. I mean, my favorite person, Fatal Influence is JC Jane. I didn't expect Cat. Like, if you would have told me like that little stuffed black cat was gonna lead a cat coming out, I would have never expected. This Roman Reigns and Jalen Brunson thing, it went entirely too long. Like 20 minutes, like it was 20 minutes. 20 minutes too long, bro. Like, and you did that just to get this man a second title. Like, he already had a title. You sent this man a legacy belt already with your signature on it. Like, he don't need that many custom titles and everything like that. Like, let's just chill out. But the opening, the opening pre-show, I love the pre-show between Trick and Laredo Kid. I mean, that was like the best match to be throughout the whole card. Now, I did pay attention to see one minor detail. I mean, because it's due to the height difference between Trick and Laredo Kid. I like the fact that Laredo kind of jumped up and kind of sold the trick shot a little bit to kind of make it look like, he actually connected with Laredo's face, with the knee and everything. Kind of like with there's that Lizzie Rain where she do her little move or whatever, as you try to do with like shorter women, because you can see like one time she tried to do, I believe it was Thea, and it looked like she didn't really connect all the way. Like, she just had to play it all. Compared to what Laredo did, he actually jumped up and and he got the actual shot in his face, paused and everything like that. But he actually sold it well. Now, over segment, I mean, I wasn't too hyped about it, but I wasn't mad at it. I mean, it was just something, I guess, to entertain the people in New York. But overall, I feel like this was pretty much an average week, and I'm gonna just give it a C- for the whole week of wrestling.
All right, so we got 2 C- and a B-. All right, it's on me. I'm gonna give this week. I'm gonna give this week a C+. Let's go C+. I'm going between. Monday Night Raw highlights. Oba doing ridiculous strength things. like BA said though, the Brock thing, I don't know. I guess they're just planning on the Brock gonna be completely scared. That's the passing of the torch thing, and we're gonna go from that, which is fine. The Gauntlet was fine. Javon, I don't even know if Javon gonna be on SummerSlam anymore. Thinking about it, but I hope they find some way to get him there. But we'll see. Roman Reigns and Seth did their thing, their little conversation piece and all for a second. That was the same old, but it was cool though. I didn't think anything was trash this week. I didn't think Raw was trash. NXT, the women just hold it down. They are the brand. It's NXT. Really, the women have really been NXT forever. Shout out to Charlotte Flair and all that stuff. Other than when the big three were there, like other than that, it's really been the women, man. That's really been holding down NXT forever. So shout out to the women still doing their thing. You know what they need to do as well? NXT, they gotta get Keanu Carver back involved. Like really get him at the top of the card. Like he about time for him to be champion. I'm about time to get him into the championship picture and let's see a dominant guy. Because we gotta get off of Tony D'Angelo. And I'd rather see, like I said, Keanu Carver run around and just dominate for a second with the title, where you could do that for a moment until you decide who's your next, major piece or whatever coming from NXT that can actually beat him. So I think that's a good setup if they can get Keanu Carver up there, because this Tony D'Angelo project, I don't think it's working. He might hit a black screen pretty soon. Shout out to Harlem Lewis, just BA's favorite, Mr. Green's favorite wrestler. You definitely gonna buy the shirt when they get it. It's gonna be like Harlem. You see, he got New York on his jacket and all, so it's the next step. Shout out to him finally getting the title off of Aaron Rourke. They're probably gonna move up to NXT. I hope Aaron can still do his thing when he moves up. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they do with Aaron Rourke. But that was cool. We can get the belt off of Nikki Lyons pretty soon as well. Move forward. TNA Impact. Ricky took the L. I didn't like it. Y'all said y'all liked it. That's two L's already in 4 matches for Ricky Sosa, something like that.
That was his first L.
Well, he took that L on Explosion. Remember he had Travis here. Who said it don't count?
That's what the announcer said.
Why? Because it wasn't televised?
One announcer said that. One announcer said it don't count.
The announcer said this is his first loss.
Oh, the announcer said that for real? When he did it? Yeah. I didn't hear that. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So did you did you believe, dude, when he announced Javon as Javon Williams?
You gotta pick and choose, sir.
Hey man, yeah, they get to choose.
I'm choosing this one.
They get to choose what the storyline is. So if he said the storyline, if it's not canon, then his first L don't matter. But still, they're still in 3 matches. I feel like he still shouldn't have took an L by now. Like this still, he barely been on the show. We just getting him back and all that stuff. We ain't had to take him an L. Like if only way you take this L, he better be beating Bear Brunson pretty soon as well. So him being like the youngest, thinner guy, I don't want him to go away from Bear Brunson and they don't wrestle again. Nah, pretty soon he gotta get his lick back. So if that happens, I'm fine with that. Cedric Alexander, good. Kind of what Travis said, TNA pacing is kind of off. Like they need to put the show around the young guys, like you said, the young OGs or whatever. And then like when they have matches like Moose and AJ Francis, they're heavyweights or something that could be like put that in and showcase that or whatever. Like they just don't decide their matches are like, should I really stay around and watch the rest of the show? Do I need to? I feel like that too many times. I'm like, damn, I don't really need to watch the rest of this. So, but yes. But TNA wasn't the worst though. They just get their pacing together. SmackDown. I'm liking these 2-hour SmackDowns, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Get in and get out. Pause. Cody Rhodes and his Gunther thing. We knew it was going to happen. We had to get to that point. It became a women's night for their matches. I don't like this interim championship thing. I don't like it. Rhea Ripley shouldn't have got that. We had too many other champions that just happened where she shouldn't have done that. And then with the double up on me not liking that, it's kind of like what BA said. JC Jane lost. I feel like right now, if you were going to do this interim champion thing, somebody got to be a heel that wins, and it should be a new person right now. Meaning it should be a JC Jane, it should be a Lash Legend, or last but not least, they may do this, it should be Blake Monroe. Somebody that you could really throw the title on right now since Rhea Ripley is still really the champion. So if it works, where you can give them the opportunity to be the champion for a second. And if it doesn't work, well, Rhea Ripley's returning and they're going to unify the championship and she's going to get the championship back. So that should be who it is. So I was disappointed that JC Jane lost because I thought she could have possibly won the championship. I'm disappointed that Lash Legend is not involved. Nia Jax is going to wrestle again next week against Charlotte Flair to get her involved in it. So my last hoorah, and I'm not even a big Blake Monroe fan, but would be to throw Blake Monroe in this match get her qualified and let her win the title, like really quick, off the top, just to see if we can get somebody else involved as far as doing that. So that's that. I like the Trick promo backstage talking about after Baron Corbin and all that stuff. Baron had his little run, said I'm back and all that stuff. I'm tough guy. Trick tell him and all. I think you're a bald headed, you know what? And my title got more hair on it than you do. And then the Carmelo thing when Melo came out there and even his I'm better than you and all that. I think that's cool with their whole and Baron Corbin coming off the unemployment line and all that little lines that he throwing out there. And Trick telling him, what does he said? Pull out your handy dandy notebook and write this down. Mind your business while grown folks is talking. And I was like, this dude they fools, bro, little brother. But I thought that was cool. The brawl at the end, I knew how that was going to end up. But like I said, it was the women. Women carried the night for SmackDown. I didn't have a problem with it. It was an audible for the Rhea Ripley thing. It was supposed to be Charlotte versus Jade and all that happening, but they changed that up because of the audible for Rhea Ripley when you could have just stripped it for the title. Or, Jade could have still just had the title at this point and been facing Charlotte for the championship at SummerSlam. But this would have been like the third time that I think Rhea Ripley would have like vacated her championship. And that's supposed to be their lady, and she can't hold it down. This was going to be a long-term championship reign, whatever she was going to get. And yeah, anxiety gets the best of us. But let's move forward. Next show, AAA. Again, I don't feel like we're gonna get that banger until the next match, like Triple Mania, I think that is. So we're not gonna get that next. Might be something before Triple Mania, but like that next that dumb match where you like, oh my god, this card is ridiculous. But again, AAA just has a decent show. They never have trash, so it's never like, oh my god, this is trash. It's just like sometimes you're getting the other guys that are getting showcased, kind of like what BA said, where or Mr. Green, when you said other people always showcase, you see a Dr. Wagner or something like that, like that's fine, but they'll put on good matches, and then when you get to the point, like we get to Triple Mania, that's when we're gonna get Dom finally, and El Grande again, and what's his name gonna win the match, like you said, the title, Damian Priest and all that. Travis, I don't think that's really a hot take. I think everybody that's like the number one prediction and all that. Probably he probably the betting favorite. But yeah, that's AAA. Excited for Triple Mania like always. Two-night event, that should be pretty cool. Let's get to Saturday night main event, man. Really quickly, I thought this was fine, man. I enjoyed this. My only gripe with Saturday night's main event is that Roman Reigns, even though like BA said, he the dude. That's crazy. Like Cody, damn, QB1, you still ain't get the chance to be QB1. But Roman Reigns in that segment should have been before the main event. They should have switched spots, even though it was just because Roman Reigns is that dude. But Roman and them should have did that first and then ended the night with the wrestling match. And then Nick Aldis probably doing that to end the night. Like, so that you could have cut into the whole thing I showed y'all before the show where they were beefing behind stage and all that type of stuff. That should have happened. Danhausen with Cat, I thought that was an awesome audible as well. Going from changing, what's his name, Baron Corbin, from what was supposed to happen with him being that to change them into something serious with Trick and all that type of stuff. To saying, oh, put cats around, stuffed cats. What are we going to do? Oh, it's a cat on the NBA champions and all that stuff. Get him involved, not just Jalen Brunson. I thought that was a good and awesome. And like you said, Mr. Green, him being out there being over 7 foot and all, you really saw like, damn, these wrestlers be lying about their build heights and all that stuff. And hey, did y'all see how close in height Roman Reigns was to Jalen Brunson?
They're the same height.
They about the same height, huh? Be like, damn, these little ass wrestlers. But it is what it is. JD and Danhausen did their thing. 2 good choke slams. JD and Dominic sold the hell out of that. I was like, damn, Cat, okay. You weren't looking like trash out there. They look good. Even the one through the table and all. You put them down.
Respectable.
Yeah, respectable choke slams and all. I was good with that. The tag team championship, who cares? Fatal Influence got it. I don't know what happens to the Bellas and all. Maybe you get Nikki back and they fight with Paige and all for a second, but I don't know where it goes from there. They may get the black screen soon. Again, Bailey, it looked like it was a write-off for her. I want to see what happens. I hear her contract maybe ended soon. The way she got beat up and destroyed, foaming at the mouth and all that type of stuff. It looks like that's a write-off. Usually you miss some time, and I don't know how much time she has before she has to sign into the contract. So this may be a send-off for Bailey. It could be, who knows? But Lyra Valkyria, they're changing her theme up, try to take the wool away and all because she's a heel now. We'll see. We'll see what this goes for her. Good match, good energy and all from the crowd and all. It wasn't like dead and all on there. So we'll see. We'll see what this takes her. Main event, like B.A. said, it was just a match. We knew it was going to happen. Even when they said there was a stipulation involved, I knew it was just to get Nick Aldis and Gunther were going to have a match. They want Punk and Cody Rhodes. They don't take them chances. We were going through the same thing at WrestleMania, remember? when people were saying, man, is the WrestleMania match gonna be a fatal 4-way or fatal 5-way or whatever like that? And then at the end of the day, they still want the one-on-one match, and that's what they want for their cards and all. They got CM Punk and Cody. That was the match they wanted. We got to that point, and we got to Nick Aldis and Gunther. So that was fine. Like y'all said, it was awesome because they were struggling to sell tickets, and then you hear like a couple hours before the show that they asked Trick to do a wrestling match with Laredo Kid, and I'm like, damn, that's pretty awesome. Like that really shows like y'all said we got to put Trick on the show because these people want to see Trick. Shout out to Kenny Bum and all. Watch it showing off for WWE 2K content and all. He was disappointed Trick wasn't going to be there, and they announced this. I knew he was going to be excited. A lot of folks didn't even know. They were still pulling up to the show and all. It was still empty seats when Trick and them was going. I was like, damn, they don't even know this, man. They're going to be disappointed. And then shout out as well to Oba coming in and just wrecking the place, letting people know what he about to do to Brock Lesnar. And all. It was just a moment for him to overform out there with Stephanie and all. Again, they wanted Trick and Oba both on the show. They got Trick and Oba on the pre-show to basically sell tickets, bro, so that Trick and Oba could be at the show.
Hey. How about this? Just put them on the show. Just put them on the show. Why we gotta do the backstage and the just put them on the show?
They put I guess technically Trick on the show by doing that when they gave him a match, but they could have just put Oba on the show. But this wasn't their chance, bro. You can't beat every PLE. They barely have matches and they barely have time. They try to give other people time. You feel me? I feel like since real talk, I feel like since Trick been up, he only missed like one PLE. That was Clash. When he was supposed to be on there, he was on the front. I don't think Trick missed another PLE since then, bro. That's crazy. So that is what it is, man. But that was awesome to see. And like I say, I'm gonna get a week. I was gonna try to give it a B. I gave last week a B though. The PLE was pretty good though. You know, I'm gonna change it up, babe. I'm gonna be like you. I always like being like you, Chemo Queen. So I'm gonna give this week a B-, okay? Because it did have a PLE and I enjoyed it. I thought it was I had low expectations for Saturday Night Main Event. Shout out to my guy Wrestle Chops because he enjoyed it as well. And I can't lie, y'all, we had a mini PLE. And BA, I'm surprised you gave it such a low score because the PLE was there, and the PLE you said was an S tier. I'm like, the PLE was pretty good, like a B+. So you didn't like the show? You don't feel like the show was good in general? You just think it was just fandom?
I think I'm having trouble to separate the two.
Then grade it based off of how you feel with your fandom. If you gave it an S, you grade the week off, and you had an S event. That's what you would have graded off.
I gave it an S tier event. The week got a C-, and that's fine.
That don't even make sense.
It's official.
God damn, this dude don't even make sense. That's fine, but that's my week,
Okay,
man.
Mr. Pierce.
You know what? Since that's the case, and you got all that nonsense to talk about, why don't you tell the folks what the highs and lows are brought to them by?
The people over at you said the merch already. The Fanatics.
Come on, man. No.
Travis. Let me mute this guy. Let me mute him. He goes in timeout. It's like the show, not PCI. What is that? Around the Horn. Wish we had Around the Yard still. Travis, you tell the people.
Yes, sir.
The good people at home. What were the highs and lows brought to them by?
The merch.
The merch. Shout out to our beautiful merch that Travis has on right now.
I know y'all out of uniform.
I know I'm out of uniform. I feel disappointed. I can't find my shirt, bro. This is crazy. I don't know where it is, but I had to buy another one. I had to buy a couple more. But if you want links to the shirts, we need new like also I want to try to make new like designs and all as well too, y'all. So stay notified with that by hitting the notification bell and following us on everywhere, all of our links, all of our socials and all. But if you're interested in getting any of our merch, the links for those, for each of the types of shirts we have in the description of the show, in the description of the video. Check them out. Post us anything you may get on any social media. We repost it as long as we're respectful. We appreciate you guys. We have no wrestling tea today. So if we did have wrestling tea, BA, what would that be brought to the people by? Oh, hold up. I got you in timeout. Because you can get that from there. Go ahead. Where's it brought to them by?
People over at Fanatics, where you can get apparel such as this.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem when your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description. Scan that QR code, follow that link. Y'all be interested in getting any Fanatics apparel, any WWE product, any New York Knicks basketball, football, anything. Use that code to help out the channel. Let us know and we'll give you a shout out, y'all. But with all that being said, hit us up in the comments, y'all, if you got anything you want to say about the show, about wrestling in general, about anything we talked about, because it's your time now. It's time for the glow, y'all. Let's get to the questions in the comments.
Sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it, you're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the True Classic difference for yourself.
All right, Joe, let's get to these questions and comments. I'll mute you too. If you guys mute yourself. All right, let's see what we got going on. First and foremost, we got Cuz in the house, as always, saying let's get into it. What's up? What up, Cuz? Appreciate you as always, Cuz. Let's see, Realist Pape, I guess, says I know my boy Coley at WWE Raw tonight here in Detroit. Is that Cody? I don't know. Who is that? Who's Coley?
I think it might be Cody. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm guessing.
Let us know if you're still here, Real Estate. Let's see what else. Cuz said, here is your winner and new interim women's champion. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Diabolical.
I'm surprised. What? It's because they don't want Rhea to keep giving away the championship. Because if that's the case, like I'm thinking, just let her give it away. Because even if she win it again, it's another reign. Like that's what WWE and stuff always about, the reigns. It ain't about how long you had the championship, unless you had it like Roman Reigns had it for a stupid amount of time. But other than that, it's about the reigns. So just let her get another reign. He also says Nick Aldis was the IWGP champion. Cuz, do you know, was he TNA as well, or the Impact? When he had, I feel like when he had that big dumb Impact championship belt. He had the NWA. He had the NWA championship back when they had the NWA. But the little small NWA looking one. The one
I saw the picture before we got on here. And I'm trying to remember which title it was.
Yeah, he was TNA champion. Okay.
He was? Okay.
He also said Javon not going to be on SummerSlam. Yeah. What y'all think about that?
So it's the Street Profits, but that's what we expect.
So I'm thinking Street. I think Profits got a better chance than Javon.
Than Javon right now?
I think they got a chance because of Braun Breaker.
We still got 7 matches that we got to come up with.
Yeah, or 6 or 7. Yeah, basically. So
it's a possibility. It ain't.
So do y'all think he got a better chance than Street Profits?
No, they could always say that they're going to defend the title.
That's what I'm thinking. That tag team championship is going to be defended against Street Profits.
If they defend the titles, then probably yes. But if they don't.
But that's what I'm thinking. They have a segue because they probably want to get Braun Breaker on the show. So they can say to take that gets the Street Profits on there. I don't see how Javon Evans get on the show. Unless you just give Ethan Page and them a match.
That's solo match.
But I doubt they have a number 1 contender match on the show. What you feel me? Like I don't. And it's been 2 weeks. You going in 2 weeks make a SummerSlam match between Javon Evans and Ethan Page? Maybe Javon and Rusev. Will they go there?
No.
I don't know.
Because Rusev, the one that hurt him before he lost, right? With his back and all that stuff.
Yeah. You could sell that. I'm just trying to think. If anything, it's gonna be like more than one person. So it could be Rusev and Ethan Page, and I was like, who will be with the other person with Javon? That's
because Chad
Now
Gable
you could
already gone.
separate match like you could do a tag match with Javon and Dragon Lee probably in Ethan Page and Rusev.
Maybe Dragon Lee.
Maybe you're saying maybe. That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's.
He was the other person in that gauntlet, right?
Yeah, it was Dragon
Yes.
Lee. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And he shook Dragon Lee hand and he beat him. After Javon beat him.
He did.
And Charles Cuz says Lash should have definitely been involved. Facts, man. And then, like I said, Nia got 2 matches. Why the hell would you give Lash a match? Lash when they got married and they buried her.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm keeping it a buck. Lash when they got married and they starting to bury her. Cuz Leslie says, got to get that NWO black and white show. Let us know, Cuz, if you do.
And now I gotta get the red and black, and I get the Nation of Domination. Then I have all of them.
Yeah, I gotta get all of them at some point. Just sit down and get all of them before we get more. But that was all, though. Appreciate everybody in the questions and comments, especially you, Cuz. Thank you, Real Estate. Thank you, Babe, for holding it down and talking to him. In the comments, as always. This is another episode of We Talk Combat, y'all. We did it.
Right.
Next week, definitely, again, let me put this up real quick while I'm talking about it. Our watch-along schedule, if you're interested, follow our Discord, man. We have a watch-along party damn near every day of the week. Raw on Mondays, NXT Tuesdays, Evolve on Wednesdays, Impact on Thursdays, SmackDown on Fridays, all PLE Saturday or Sunday, AAA events, and Saturday night and Sunday night main events will also be shown in our Discord. We do watch-alongs over here as well on YouTube for most of this stuff. We can't show the video, obviously, because we'll get in trouble for copyright reasons, but the video is a private watch-along over on Discord. So definitely check us out there, y'all. Also, before you leave out here, hit the like button somewhere over there by Mr. Green's left shoulder down there. Also, hit the notification bell and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. So you're always in the know of when we drop new stuff around here. It's a great product we try to give to you guys. We hope you enjoy it. We try to cover it a different way from a different hue. We are the people's channel. We watch this shit, so you don't have to. Shout out to Mr. Green for that. But again, if you're new around here, we Glow Sun Production, independent content creators. Help us out by following our other channels as well. First and foremost, shout out to BA, as well as the rest of 695 crew, Calvin and Larry over there talking about everything in pop culture in general, but mainly in sports. They have shows every Wednesday evening over there. We got y'all mixed up with Cuz We Geek and all, but Wednesday evening, help them out over there. Yeah, help them out over there as far as getting their subscriber goes. We all trying to get monetized over here, but also follow my guy BA as well as Rel, Big J and Will over on Cuz We Geek, where they talk about all things in geek culture and film and television. They have shows every Tuesday evening and Saturday morning, y'all. You'll love them if you're up to anything. If you're interested in basically anything that's going on right now in film and television, you know a lot of stuff is dealing with comic book nerd type stuff and all that type. Anything, Terminator, Star Wars. We're talking about any type of thing that'll be considered nerdy or geeky.
The Odyssey.
Yep, the Odyssey. There you go. Come on over there or go over there to Cuz We Geek. Check them guys out. Like, comment, subscribe. They do an excellent job over there. And my guys, you'll enjoy that type of stuff as well. And last but not least, shout out to that guy Rel again and myself. We talk about NBA on Cap and Crown NBA podcast, old school and new school. Follow us over there. The season just ended, but we're wrapping up towards summer league and just rookie talk, off-season trades that happen, free agency that's still going on, and until we get to the new season. This will be our, I think, like 5th season or 6th season, something that's crazy. Me and Rob been doing this for a second now. So come on over to help us out. We're trying to get to our goal of 5,000 subscribers over there. We're moving on up, almost at 31 right now. So help us out. Come on over there and talk to your boys over there. But for that, for Chemo Queen, for Travis, Mr. Green, I'm Muy Grande Negro Americano, a.k.a. King. This is We Talk Combat, so we talk all things combat sports and sports entertainment. We got a people show. We watch the shit so you don't have to. The best, brightest, and blackest comic review show there is on YouTube or anywhere else. And we will see y'all next time, y'all. Actually, tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. Come on back over and check us out and talk to us, myself and Queen, at least. Travis and Mr. Green should be in the Discord. And we'll see y'all next Sunday for another recap show. We appreciate y'all so much. And we out. Peace.